Hello and welcome to the configuration video of ISIS on Juniper routers. My name is Muhammad Rehan and I am your instructor for this video. In this video we will learn how to configure ISIS on Juniper routers. This is the case study which we are going to follow throughout this video. In this case study we have three routers R1, R2 and R3. All of the three routers are configured under area 49.0001. We have to configure R1 and R2 to form a level 1 adjacency and R2 and R3 to form level 2 adjacency. It means R2 is currently working as an L1 L2 router. R1 and R2 are connected via 25.220.8.0/30 subnet, and R2 and R3 are connected via 25.220.0.8/30 subnet. To make the ISIS protocol work, we have to configure the net address on one of the interface of router. So mostly we configure net address on the loopback interface. We have to enable the family ISO on the interfaces of the router which are participating in ISIS protocol. So this is the topology we have to configure. Let's start our configuration. Before configuring the ISIS protocol, first we have to configure the net address on the loopback interface, and then we have to enable the family ISO on the interfaces which are participating in protocol ISIS. So I already configured the net address on the loopback interface on all three routers. Similarly, the net address configured on R2 and the net address configured on R3. Now we have to enable the family ISO on the interfaces which are currently participating in ISIS. On router 1, the interface FE0/0/0.12 is currently participating ISIS. Family ISO is enabled on this interface. Similarly, on R2, two interfaces are currently participating in ISIS, FE0/0.12 and FE0/0.18. So both are configured for family ISO. Similarly, on router 3, FE0/0.18 interface is taking part in ISIS. So family ISO is enabled. Now we have to configure the protocol ISIS. Now R1 is currently forming a level 1 adjacency with R2, so we have to disable the level 2 on interface FE0/0.12 because by default the interface is enabled for both L1 and L2. So we have to disable level 2 because this interface is currently forming a level 1 adjacency, so we have to disable the level 2. Similarly, we have to configure the loopback interface also under protocol ISIS to work. Similar configuration we have to do on R2. We have to disable level 1 adjacency, level 2 adjacency, because we are forming level 1 adjacency between R1 and R2 on FE0/0/0.12 interface, so we have to disable level 2. Similarly, we are forming R2 is currently configured or forming a level 2 adjacency with R3, so we have to disable level 1 adjacency on FE0/0.18 interface, and we have to configure the loopback interface also to work ISIS properly. Similar configuration we have to do on R3. We have to disable level 1 adjacency because R3 is currently forming level 2 adjacency with R2. And we have to enable loopback interface. Also, after configuration, we have to observe that whether the IS neighbors are adjacent or not. Yeah, the adjacency is now up. It means that the routers are forming a level 1 adjacency. The router 1 and R2 are forming level 1 adjacency by using interface FE0/0/0.12 on R1. Similarly, we can use run show IS adjacency command on R2 as well to check whether the level 1 and level 2 adjacency is now up or not. So the level 1 and level 2 adjacency is now up. R1 is forming a level 1 adjacency with the R2 on interface FE0/0.12. The state is now currently up, and similarly R2 is currently forming a level 2 adjacency with the R3 or using interface FE0/0/0.18. So the adjacency is currently up. We can use the other command like run show IS database as well to view the database, whether the database is populated or not. So currently R2 is containing two databases, one for level 1 and one for level 2. As this router is currently working as a level 1 level 2 router, so this router contains both the level 1 and level 2 databases, and both the databases contain the entries. By default, you just disable the level 1 or level 2 on an interface. If you want to disable the level 1 on ISIS, so you have to disable the particular level under edit protocol ISIS. I hope this video is informative for you, and thanks for viewing.